Grace and peace to you, friends. Welcome back to the Oak Tree Journeys. I am Mandy Oaks, and we are continuing the Encyclopedia Challenge. If you don't know what the Encyclopedia Challenge is, you may be wondering, what is this? Do I have to read an entire encyclopedia? What's going on? Well, that is a great question, or questions, and the answer is, no, you do not need to read an entire encyclopedia. That is what my job is. However, if you want to follow along for fun, or if you've got other words you want to look up, or if a word sparked your interest, by all means, read the encyclopedia, look up the word, Google it, do a search. If you don't have time to do that, never fear. We are going to do a deep dive bonus videos when I have 5 words or more. So far, we only have 3. If you want to know what those words are, they are starred on the Encyclopedia Challenge on my website, theoaktreejourneys.com. And don't forget to like this video, share it, comment, send me a line on theoaktreejourneys.com if you've got a word that you want me to go over in the deep dive bonus video. Then let me know. Just send me a message. I would love to hear from you. Again, so far we've got 3. I need at least 5. Now, speaking of bonus videos, we are going to have a special Independence Day bonus video, and I am super, super excited about it. In fact, it has been on my mind all week long, and I am just so, so excited. So I can't wait for that. That will be Sunday, July 4th, or Independence Day. So please join me for that. It will be on podcast and YouTube. So yay! But without further ado, we are going to go into the New Imperial Encyclopedia and Dictionary of 1909. We are also reading from the Encyclopedia Americana from 1956. Now, for the first part, we will have a break today. But for the first part, I will be strictly from the New Imperial Encyclopedia and Dictionary of 1909. So with that being said, I'm really excited that you're here. So let's take a look. The first word for today is abort, which is a verb in Old English to bring forth before the time. Aborting, aborted, brought forth before its time, imperfect from birth. Abortifacient, noun. Drug or agent that tends to induce the premature expulsion of the fetus. Abortment, noun. An untimely birth. Abortion, noun. Anything that has not come to maturity. An untimely birth, failure, a coming to naught. Abortive, that has not come to maturity, immature, premature, empty. Abortively, a thing born before its time, prematurely. Abortiveness, noun, the condition or state of being abortive. Okay, next word goes right along with abort. It's abortion, term in medicine to denote the expulsion of the product of conception, the impregnated ovum, from the womb before the 6th month of pregnancy. If the expulsion takes place after that date and before the proper time, it is termed a premature labor or miscarriage. In law, no such distinction is made. The frequency of abortion as compared with normal pregnancy is very differently estimated by different writers, but the best evidence leaves us to believe that abortion is a far more common occurrence than is generally supposed, and that it takes place on an average in 1 out of every 3 or 4 cases of pregnancy. The following are among the causes of predisposing to this accident. A diseased condition of either parent, and especially a syphilitic taint. 2. A peculiar temperament on the part of the mother. Those women who present a strongly marked nervous or sanguine temperament seem to abort with singularly facility, and the same tendency is observed in those in whom the catamenial or monthly discharge is abundant or excessive. Again, very fat women who have a tendency to sterility are liable to abort when pregnancy does occur. Any cause interfering with the normal oxidation of the blood, as for instance, the constant breathing of impure air, may provoke abortion, a fact excellently illustrated by the experiments of Brown Sequard on pregnant animals, rabbits, when he showed that the application of a ligature to the windpipe excited uterine contractions, ending, if the experiment were continued long enough, in abortion, but ceasing if air was freely readmitted into the lungs. Change of climate is thought sometimes to predispose to this accident. and it has been observed by various writers that in times of great political excitement, of war, and of famine, abortions are frequent. Among the causes predisposing to abortion must also be mentioned tight lacing and the wearing of other garments which unduly compress or constrict the abdomen. Many diseases supervening during the course of pregnancy, especially the eruptive fevers as smallpox, scarlatina, etc., almost invariably lead to abortion of a very dangerous character, and it has been known from the time of Hippocrates that the intermittent fevers have this effect. Among the direct causes of abortion are blows on the abdomen, falls, any violent muscular effort, too long a walk or ride on horseback. Indeed, women with a tendency to abort should avoid horseback riding during pregnancy, a severe mental shock, etc. Moreover, the death of the fetus from any cause is sure to occasion abortion. The symptoms of abortion vary according to the stage of pregnancy at which it is threatened, and according to the exciting cause. Among the premonitory symptoms may be mentioned a sensation of weight or painful pressure in the region of the loins or sacrum, extending to the bladder and rectum, with or without tenesmus, these symptoms being aggravated by standing or walking, and being accompanied possibly by chills, accelerated pulse, loss of appetite, and a general feeling of discomfort. A discharge of serous fluid, sometimes slightly tinged with blood, is then observed. The feeling of weight is replaced by pains, leading to the expulsion of the ovum, which during the first 2 months is so small as commonly to escape detection. In more advanced stages of pregnancy, the pains are more severe, the discharge is more abundant, and consists chiefly of blood. And after more or less time, the product of conception escapes either in whole or in part. In the former case, the patient has little further trouble. In the latter, hemorrhage will probably continue and the parts retained may putrefy, and give rise to serious symptoms. After about the commencement of the 4th month, the symptoms gradually approximate to those presented in ordinary parturition. In the treatment of abortion, prophylactics or measures guarding against causes likely to lead to it hold the first place. Women liable to this affection should, on the slightest threatening, assume as much as possible the horizontal position, avoiding all bodily exertion or mental excitement. They should use non-stimulating foods and drinks and keep the bowels open by gentle aperients, such as castor oil. If it be deemed necessary to check hemorrhage before professional aid can be called in, cloths soaked in cold water may be applied locally, care being taken to change them before they grow warm, and iced water containing an astringent, such as a little alum, may be given internally. Further proceedings must be left to the medical attendant. There are occasional cases, as when convulsions, uncontrollable vomiting, or other serious complications of pregnancy directly threaten life, in which it may be necessary to induce abortion by professional means. All attempts at procuring criminal abortion, either by the administration of powerful drugs or the application of instruments, are accompanied with extreme danger to the pregnant woman. Just a side note, please don't follow any of this medical advice. This was from 1909. And we are just reading an encyclopedia. This is not intended for any medical advice. This is just intended to read the entire encyclopedia in its whole. Okay, next, we do have abortion again in criminal law. The procuring or using or advising means for procuring the expulsion of the fetus of a pregnant woman before the 7th month of uterogestation, unless necessary to preserve the woman's life. When abortion is produced with a malicious design, it becomes a misdemeanor at common law, and the party causing it may be indicted and punished. The criminal means resorted to the purpose of abortion include the use of drugs and application of mechanical or forcible measures. When in consequence of the means used to produce abortion, the death of the woman ensues, the crime is murder or manslaughter in one or the other degree according to local statute. Next word. Abakir. The ancient Canopus, now an insignificant village on the coast of Egypt about 13 miles northeast of Alexandria. The castle of Abakir stands on the water side of the bay of the same name. This bay is celebrated on account of Nelson's victory here gained over the French fleet 1798, August 1st. The French fleet was stationed in a curved line near a small island guarded by a battery, But Nelson, with his usual intrepidity, forced a passage with half of his fleet of 15 vessels between the island and the French line of battle, while the other half attacked the enemy in front. The French admiral, de Bruys, was killed by a cannonball, and his flagship, L'Orient, was destroyed by fire. Only 60 or 70 men were saved out of the crew of 1,000. The French fleet was completely defeated and only 2 vessels escaped. Okay, and next word is abound. And this will be our last word before break. So abound is a verb. It's to flow as wave after wave, to have or possess in great quantity, to be present in great quantity, abounding, abounded, abundance, noun, great store, overflowing quantity, abundant, a plentiful, fully sufficient, abundantly, in great quantity, liberally, in supply. Synonym of abundant, copious, teeming, ample, plentiful, plenteous, exuberant, overflowing, rich, of abundance, plenty or plenteousness, copiousness, exuberance, overflow, riches, wealth, affluence. Okay, and we are going to take a slight break, and we'll return momentarily. Hi, I hope you enjoyed that segment from my podcast, The Oak Tree Journeys, from the Encyclopedia Challenge. To hear the entire episode, please visit the link at the bottom in the description. And please don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe and share it to anyone you know who wants to read the entire encyclopedia or who's just interested in words. Thank you again and have a blessed day.